That's once. Or is that twice? That's once. Oh, hey, we're on. We're on, ladies and gentlemen. He told me we were going through the fight song twice.
I heard him say action.
Action, you're on?
Action, you're on.
Good evening and welcome to the finale Swarmcast of the 2024-2025 school year. Hard to believe we are at this point, but we are. And we appreciate all you folks being with us, not only tonight, but all through the year. It's been a fantastic year for Thomas County Central Sports and the county system as a whole. Just a fantastic year. Best way I know how to put it.
A lot of exciting things going on.
Oh, my gosh, man, please.
And
yes,
we've
Dairy
got
Queen.
our awesome sponsor all year, Dairy Queen.
Right there.
Man, what awesome. Greg and the Curl crew doing an awesome job. And this is the Greg special tonight. This is a peanut butter fluffernutter. So you need to go get you some of that.
Which I didn't know was legal in Thomas County, but
And say that 10 times.
It isn't on Thursdays. Uh-oh.
hey, shh, don't tell anybody. That tastes like if you took Reese's Cups and kind of made a blizzard with it. That's what that tastes like.
And now Greg told me to make sure and bring up that he appreciated all the stuff we talked about last week about the older store that they had up there on Carroll Hill. He said that we nailed it.
Yeah,
He said
that's
it was
good
awesome.
stuff.
And it's just, and Greg and his family's had that thing for, golly, 50 years.
Well, and it's good, too. I mean, and we've got so many businesses that support Thomas County and Thomas County schools, but it means a lot to us that Greg and Dairy Queen stepped up to make this possible for you guys every week or every other week in the spring. We've got a lot to go over tonight. We've got flag football stuff to talk about. The drama department has their production going on tonight and tomorrow night. A lot of track news, and it's all good. That's even the better part. We've got some cross-country stuff to talk about. We've got Coach Justin Rogers, who's going to be calling here in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. We've got Mikeal Lovejoy, our good friend, who is one of the track coaches, who will be calling about 7:45. We are going to talk tonight about the spring game, which is coming up in 2 weeks. And we'll talk about Creekside and what we're going to expect from them. We'll have Coach Rogers on to talk about that as well. Spring practice has begun.
It has.
Spring practice has sprung.
It's been good.
Yep. And the thing about it, 180-plus players. Jamie, now, I didn't go out there yesterday.
Well, I seen I did.
Okay. I figured you
It
did.
was and I'm telling you,
A good start.
As good as intensity with our guys really competing. We were really competing, and I talked to Coach Rogers after the practice. I got to chat with him a second, but man, we really competed, and I seen the excitement. It was like we was playing a football game. It was, I mean, that defense was. There's a little scoring system out there, and the defense won like 24-19 yesterday. And
well, when you got that many thoroughbreds on the field, it's going to be hard to keep them from running.
And
now,
don't fall off much.
Yeah.
You go to those twos.
Yeah.
And those twos they're going to be, man, they're so good. We've got some depth, and what Coach Rogers has been wanting to build, we got some depth, and golly, it's going to. If it can all come together and gel and everybody run like a machine, it's going to be really something.
Congratulations to Eli. Eli got named lineman of the day.
Man,
I think it was
so
the other
excited
day.
for him, and he came home and he had this glow about him. So
yeah, that's good.
Man, he's having a good spring, and I'm hoping that with Corchigan having the shoulder surgery in the off season, it's opened up a path for Eli to get some reps,
and he needed it.
And he's paying off. He's worked hard in the weight room, and
let's say hey to Lakeisha Esser, but mainly Obadiah Farley. It's your birthday, man! Happy birthday, Obadiah! My gosh,
nuclear. Come on, baby.
He's the man now. As far as there is nobody more dedicated as a fan or a follower of Yellow Jacket sports than Obadiah Farley.
If we don't have a fan, y'all better check on Obadiah because something's happening.
You're not kidding.
He's not only his birthday. He's coming from
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yep.
I mean,
awesome. Kenneth Hurst, we appreciate you being here as always. Now, if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and just share the video to your page. And all you got to do is go down up under that little video frame where it says share. Just click it and put it on your feed. And that way, everybody on your page, even though they may not be able to access it through my page or the school system page or ever how they may try to on Facebook, they'll be able to watch it on your page, and they'll be able to participate as well. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you can copy that link and share it with anybody you want to. But back to spring for a second, and I just want to point out, we've had some more scholarship offers. We've had 2 more guys that have received scholarship offers. Prince Che, the freshman that we were talking about. Is that Justin Rogers already? My gosh. Okay, here we go.
Hey, he's excited now, I'm telling
Well,
you.
he should be. Coach Justin Rogers.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you're right on time. We were just sitting there talking about you, and it was good, too.
Yeah. I got your text. I just sat down to watch a little YMCA 9-year-old baseball.
Here we go.
Coop got a 7-15er tonight, so I'm gonna get to watch that one because we just had a film day today, so it worked out well for me.
Gotcha. And we won't keep you too long. I just wanted to check in first off. Spring has sprung, and I know yesterday had to be a lot of fun for you. It sounded like it went really well.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was a really good first day. I mean, we were a little over 180 kids out there, so it wasn't a speck of grass wasn't being used. But the organization was good. I thought the coaches had real good plans. I thought the players were real attentive to what the plan was. Because you always worry about that when you have that many that you mess up the logistics of it, so you can make sure that they understand and getting things accomplished. I thought it was a physical, competitive day. We score everything, and with our 1s, 2s, crossovers, and 3s, the score yesterday was 54-53.
Wow.
Defense 1 by 1. I mean, so a really competitive day right there. And it breaks up differently how we score it. But I thought it was a really good first day.
That's
and
awesome.
So we watched film today. So we met after school and watched film until about 5 or so and made those corrections. And then we'll go for day 2 tomorrow.
And it sounds like you've got some guys now, and you mentioned this the last time we talked. You were excited about seeing what those 2s and 3s were going to be able to do, because you got a pretty good idea of what the first string guys are going to be able to do. I'm excited to hear how all that plays out with guys like Eli, for an example, or Eli Majors. Yeah. That's going to be exciting to watch.
Oh, there's no doubt. Like I say, Eli did good. He got a little grit to him. I don't know where he got it from.
I don't know.
But I don't either. He got a little
He's
grit
got
to
some
him.
grits to him, too, now, just saying.
Yeah, he has ate some grits. But no, the 2s were exciting. I mean, so we go out there and the 2-0 beat the 2D 29-19. Okay. All right. You don't ever see that happen in spring ball early on. An offense beats a defense like that with the 2s.
Okay.
So that shows you there. It's just the experience and the depth that we've able to, now going into year 4, really build. So now it was exciting to watch them and how far along that group is into a day 1 situation.
That's awesome. Jamie, you got something you want to run by him?
Coach, I was there. I seen it yesterday. I told Randy I
put you to work yesterday.
I did. I love it. I do that every time now.
Yeah,
community
third down
coach
situations. I looked up in third down situations. Saw my man Major. I said, "Hey man, grab his chain, help me get this thing set up." What you got? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
But I just wanted to say I was trying to explain to Randy and Brian and Casey how yesterday when after there's a time when you get to start scrimmaging a little bit. Toward the end of practice, and you get them 1s-on-1s and the 2s-on-2s, and it was. I told Randy it was really as intense as we were playing another opponent. They were,
felt like
it
a
got
game.
chippy. It was good.
So I was supposed to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
now we start off period 1, 1s-on-1s. We go team right very first period of the day. Even in spring day 1, we do it. I just believe in it. But I think that's the reason why we score practice the way we do, because I want it competitive. I want it to feel like there's something on the line. And I want our kids to understand that level of stress that comes with trying to compete, that, you ain't got do-overs. So we purposely try to create a competitive and stressful practice. So when games come, it's just natural.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It gets easy, instead of.
We hope so. I mean, it's always different for sure. I mean, when you and you play that game at the Jackets Nest and things, it's different, but it shouldn't be just totally different.
Well, I remember Coach Pilcher making the comment many, many years ago that he wanted the Friday night game. He wanted the practices to make the Friday night games a reward for what they did during the week.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I'm
and that's our goal with our pace.
Yep.
We want to practice so fast and we spot the ball so fast at practice. I mean, there's no way you could play that fast in a game. A referee could never spot it that fast.
Right.
So, but now the game's playing fast is easy. It almost feels like you're playing. I mean, our kids will talk about it. It feels like we're playing slow in a game, even when we're playing fast in a game.
There you go. Brian?
Well, Coach, you talk about the practice and stuff, and I know spring is so limited with how tight the wind is and how long you can have the guys be able to practice. How do you utilize that time? Is it communication with your coaches to have the schedule just pretty much laid all the way out? Because I know that's got to be a difficult thing, too, without burning everybody out, too, because they're coming fresh in off of Vulcan season, and all of a sudden we're trying to utilize every bit of time we have.
Yeah. We I sent out schedules to everybody about a month ago, and so I had every day laid out, with every period laid out, with every situation that we're trying to work laid out. So that way, coaches can use the practice schedule to guide the install. And so, as far as that's concerned, that's all been laid out. They give us 13 days to get it in. I don't know where the GHSA came up with the number 13. I don't know why we can't just go 15 days. That'd be 3 weeks, right?
Yep.
But we got 13 school days to get it in, and I try to use every last day. And so we practice every other day, and so that way we get a recovery day in between, because we're not, we ain't trying to prepare for nothing necessarily except for getting better.
Right.
And then we have those film days and installs to try to maximize it. And then that last week is when we treat it a little bit like a game week, in the fact that we'll go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday when we're playing that game on that week.
Coach, I got one last little thing I want to ask you. 3 years ago, I remember walking up to you, and I don't know if you'll remember, but lots went on since then. But I asked you, I said, Coach, what about our depth? And I remember you looking at me and saying, what depth?
No doubt.
So now, 3 years later, looking at the paper or looking at what you have, I mean, where are we at?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. We've been thin for a couple of years now that, you kind of hold your breath at some positions because you're nervous. Yeah, this is the best depth we've had by far on our football team, not even close. And it's some of the best depth I've had in 25 years at anywhere I've been.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think we've got a real deep team right now. We've got a lot of guys I feel comfortable putting out there having to play. So that's great. And you got a mature team. So I think we're going to be able to do so much more.
Yeah.
I'm already seeing that, with this team being in this system, because we have not changed our offensive or defensive system since I got here. Mm-hmm. The verbiage is the same. The terminology is the same. And you've got so much depth there too, just the banked reps of the mental part,
right,
that you're able to add to things or get to. We're getting to stuff faster now in the install because of the exposure. So not only have we got great depth physically, our size and all that, but we've got great depth mentally now that we've banked 4 years of teaching this stuff.
Yep.
And the kids know exactly what to expect. I mean, that's the bottom line. Yeah, that's huge.
They know what January looks like.
Yep.
They know what March looks like. They know what spring practices look like. They know that schedule tweaks a little, but for the most part, it looks the same it did 4 years ago. And so they know what to expect. And so that way they can just focus on the improvement piece.
Coach, let me ask you real quick. Creekside had a real good team last year. Do you know anything about them that we can share with our fans?
Well, first thing you know about it, a couple things. First thing, tradition. They ain't, they're not a flash in the pan. They've been winning now for about 4 years, very high level. So those kids expect to win, and they know how to win. All right. Next thing is they're fearless. All right. Their coaches put that into them because they play a tough schedule. Mm-hmm. They'll play whoever. So their kids aren't going to shy away from your logo on your helmet. Your logo on the helmet don't mean nothing to them. So they're willing to come out and compete. And then the last thing, athletic. They're very athletic. They're always very athletic. So there'll be a good measure for us for our individual stuff just to see. You know what I mean? Like, how does this guy match up? How does this guy match up? Because you're going to have some quality guys for those one-on-one battles.
Right. Okay, now tell me this. What will be the format of the game? How will it work?
We'll play it just like we did. If anybody out there watches us play Perry, it'll be that same format. We'll play 3 quarters. We'll reserve for varsity action, and then the fourth quarter we'll really sub it out heavily. The quarterbacks won't be live; they'll be just touch only. Special teams will be ceremonial, and so we will kick off and we will punt, but they won't be live.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
But everything else is a football game. We'll play it as it lies.
Now, I have not asked you this, but Lakeisha Esther has made the comment here on the chat to please donate for snacks to get their names on their jerseys so the babies works. She says the babies work so hard. Are we going to do that again, Coach? We want folks to donate.
We talked about, we've been talking about that right now.
Okay.
I was ready for you to ask. Now, tonight I went live on our football page, and you can go to our football page and see the live video where we went live. When we finished up film tonight from 5 to 6:30, we started our annual text-a-thon. And so we're in our text-a-thon. This is our major fundraiser for the season for the football program. This is, I'm telling you, anybody out there listening, this is the lifeblood of our program to fund it, to be able to go do the things and provide for our young men. It all goes back to our players. Okay, this is us making sure they got a first class of experience while they're a Yellow Jacket. And so this is our text-a-thon. The kids have been sending out, I bet a lot of people out there listening now have gotten text on their phone or emails from our players sending out all the ones they know. You can give through the app and donate. You won't get spam. You won't get returns. You're just going to get a thank you and an appreciation for giving. If you feel better at giving a cash donation or writing a check, you can send it to the school. You can contact the football Facebook page, and we can take checks and cash made out to the Touchdown Club. But we'll run this fundraiser all the way up until May 17th, the day after the spring game. And when I say this is a major, major time in our program, this one and only fundraiser that we really hammer, it's really important. So when you see those messages out there, know they're real. This day and age, you got to get so worried about fake stuff and spam, but no, this is it. And every spring we've done this fundraiser. This is the exact same one we've done every year since I've been here, and it is hugely important. And so I hope that you'll be willing to give. And if I know Jacket Nation, I feel pretty confident they're going to step up to the cause.
Do you want folks, when we have our spring game in 2 weeks now, do you want folks to bring snacks like we've done in the past?
That's in our inner squad on May the 10th. And we'll be promoting that. That's correct. Now, May the 10th, that's when we have our day of Yellow Jacket football. And so we'll start about 8:30 that morning with our rising 7th graders, and they'll have a scrimmage, and then our rising 7 will play our 8th, and then our 8th to play each other, and our 8th to play the 9th, and then our 9th to play each other, and our 9th to play the JV, and then we'll get to varsity scrimmage about 10:15 that morning.
Okay.
And then they'll varsity scrimmage all the way up till about 12:30. And so we'll go from 8:30 to 12:30. If you got a son in Yellow Jacket football, you're going to get to see them in the nest that day, baby.
Awesome.
Because we're going to have them all in. And that's something we've done all 4 years I've been here. This will be our 4th year doing it. And that is May the 10th, that Saturday morning. Now, what we charge for entry for that is just a snack donation, water donation, Gatorade donation, anything like that. Everybody knows how much boys eat. We posted a thing. We're so proud of the weight we put on in our nutrition program and things, but it takes a lot. And so if you can give to that, when you come on that May the 10th, we'll be out collecting that then, and we'll have a lot of stuff out next week advertising that.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, Coach, go enjoy your son. Oh, wait, and Obadiah Farley is asking if it's too late to join the Touchdown Club. I don't think it's ever too late to join the Touchdown
Club. First off, it ain't never too late, baby. Come on. And like I say, we're just now kind of kicking off next year's membership. You'll be getting letters in the mail coming out shortly. It's that time to start season ticket sales and all that. So, membership drives for that will kick off heavily right there the 1st of June.
Okay, good deal, Coach. Hey, go enjoy your son, and we'll check in with you. Now, we're going to be doing a live stream of the game in 2 weeks, and we'll get with you and get some stuff put together and talk to you about that soon, too.
Love it, man. It's just a great time right now to be a Yellow Jacket. And as you see, the people that you know that are on the football team reach out to you, they're trying to earn their name on the back of their away jersey, and they're trying to hit their goals. So I hope that you'll give to these players as they reach out. And if you've got a certain player you want to make sure the money goes to, you find us, reach out to our social media, and we'll make sure it gets there.
There we go, Coach. Hey, appreciate you, man. Go out there and enjoy Cooper, and we'll check in with you later on.
All right, awesome. Go Jackets.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, bye.
Well, again, there's a lot going on, and all positive. Before we get any further, thanks to Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
We appreciate Greg Davis and all the folks and all they've done this year. This is our last Swarmcast of the year. And what was the flavor here again? What was that?
Peanut butter fluffernutter.
Not the Fluffernutter. Here we go. Again, never mind. Just say it.
Everybody needs to eat some fluffernutter. Right? I mean, it sounds good.
I don't even know how to spell that, but anyway.
Fluff.
A nutter.
Watch it now.
That's it. It just sounds like, again, things are about as right lined up as they can be.
Yeah.
Well, because it gets so crammed. Like you said, 13 days is all you have to get all this stuff done.
Yep. And there's a lot to do.
And it's a lot to do, and that's why I was talking about the schedule stuff, because it's so important to have it all slated out, because a moment wasted is a moment that's gone, and you don't get it back. Because it's a little bit different in the fall, where you're given a little bit more time.
That was me.
Oh.
And two, you
I
made
didn't know what that was.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was like, whoa.
You made the comment to me that a lot of the guys were winded. They're in weight room shape, but they're not in playing shape, and that's part of what this is about.
Especially the heat that we've had this last
Yes.
week.
Well,
The heat's definitely on.
Yep.
And the cool mornings has been nice.
Yeah.
Until about 11 o'clock, but after that it gets.
Yeah, when they're
we
out
turn
there in
summer.
their first period out there practicing.
Yep.
That's a good
So it's cool
practice.
then, but it's hot in the afternoon.
But, he just was telling the team, he says, I even seen us get a little winded, and he said, there's no athlete in better shape than a seasoned football player. As your body's used to using everything, except for a wrestler, I guess. God,
Or a swimmer. One of the
wrestlers.
There's nothing not used there.
So, but anyway, but we'll get there.
Yep.
It's guys has been in the weight room, and I wish I had the thing we could pull up. They released the thing today about how much weight the team as a whole. The team it equals out to about 18 pounds per player.
Wow.
So
That's crazy. Well, and I want to take a special moment here to send out a word of appreciation to Coach Moselle Adkins, who is the guy who's kind of the ringleader of getting our players in front of these colleges. The job this coaching staff has done is unprecedented.
I've never seen
unprecedented.
anything like it,
And I know we're biased. I know we're looking through blue and gold glasses here, but I don't care what color glasses you're looking through. When you've got 16 guys that have offers, and 15 of those guys are D1 offers, including some guys that have not even taken a snap for us. What?
Well, it seemed like these college programs have come in and they've basically just said, and they have acknowledged what's happening here.
Yep.
They can say, hey, we know that Thomas County Central is legit. What they are doing and what they have produced is legit. We need to get not our foot in the door. We need to be in the door with them.
Yep.
So that we can get the players we need.
Well,
and you see groups like Cal coming all the way from across the country.
That's what I was about to say. Cal has been uber. I've had probably a dozen people stop me in the last handful of days because Cam Brooks is committed to Cal. Also, Artem Korchigan is committed to Cal. And the question has been, why Cal? Well, they have been very aggressive in trying to attract our guys to go over there because they're in the ACC now.
Yep.
And they're competing
don't forget, too, we've got at USC.
D.
We got D. Reddick.
Yep.
That's at USC. I mean.
Yep. Well, it's just very impressive to see. I have never heard, I know we talked last year when we were going into the season about Milton having a dozen guys that were committed D1 guys.
Yep.
We've got 15, and there will be more. There are more coming. I mean, it would not surprise me a bit to see 18 or 19 of our players with Division I offers before this season kicks off, which is insane.
And a lot of times when you get a lot of coaches rotating through the door, like when I was there yesterday, Kennesaw State and the one that
Old Dominion
was there. I mean, You get the coaches coming in like this,
Yep.
and they're seeing other players.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're I need to watch old Prince Chi.
Yep.
Because that guy, when you walk out there, you're like, oh, okay, he's a senior.
No.
And he said, Coach, oh, he's a freshman.
Freshman.
And there's a couple more like that too.
I saw. Is it Austin Baker or Ashton Baker?
Ashton, now
Yeah.
he's a senior,
but still,
he is a man.
big time.
He is a man.
The two of them standing together.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
let's go through some other stuff real quick here, Casey. Let's talk about flag football and bring that up.
Okay.
Coach Parkerson wanted us to talk about the fact that they're going to start tryouts May 13th. And after meetings at the middle school and high school, they have 74 young ladies that have filled out the forms to try out. The schedule is on various social media platforms. Increase the home schedule this year. Travel to four-time state champion Southeast Bullock over fall break. That's cool. Valdosta, Lowndes, Colquitt, now Thomasville, Cook, and Irwin County are all part of our area schedule.
That's awesome.
Yep. Excited about the team, new sport. Come out and support the girls this fall. You will not be disappointed. 74. So you combine the varsity football team with the varsity flag football team number-wise, you're talking over 250 kids. What in the world? Huh? Okay. Let's talk about drama, because the drama department's got something going on right now as we
Create
speak.
some drama.
They're dramatic. Trust me, I know. I got drama kids in my home.
Yep.
Thomas County Central Theater Department presenting Peter Pan Jr. They are doing it tonight, but it's going on as we speak right now downtown. But they also will have a show tomorrow night at the Center of the Arts. Students have worked really hard, are excited to share the performance with the community. $10 for students, $12 for adults. 54 students involved in this production, and more than half of them are on stage for the first time.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I've got to watch some of the practices. Those kids are good.
That's cool.
Even
That's
starting
cool.
in the middle school. So
Well, Casey
what I've
Dykstra.
seen is
Casey
definitely-
Dykstra has
is
to do a good
definitely
job.
worth it.
Yeah, she's really, really good. The cross country runners, and we'll save the track stuff for when Mikeal Lovejoy calls in. But on April 19th, there were 25 cross country runners from Thomas County Central and Thomas County Middle competing in the Rose City 10K run. As a team, they won the Race Directors Award for the second year in a row, given to the organization with the highest participation. Kinley Renault, Holton Dennard, and A.J. Trammell won their age groups. Mason Tillman was the first top finisher for us. Won a special award for being the fastest male finisher across all age groups.
Wow.
To finish for the Thomas County area. Also won his age group. It was a really good day to show off the school system to the community. Every runner from the team, pull that picture back up, had a custom-designed Rose City Run shirt. So blue and gold runners were everywhere. How about that? Congratulations to
the two Wilsons do a great job across
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
You see them at almost a lot of the sporting
Yeah,
events,
that's awesome.
and they're
That's
doing
awesome.
something with them.
So I tell you what I want to do right now. We're going to throw a little thing a wrench into the gears here. This past week, Coach Rogers gave us a guided tour through the building, and I thought we would pull that up and let folks watch it, and we will talk a little bit as Coach Rogers is walking through about some of the things that we know about and observe about the building.
I
It's
do not
impressive.
have that video downloaded.
Okay,
Did
so
you send it to me?
I did. It's in the folder. But it is very, very impressive. I got to walk through it last week myself. First time that I've had a chance to really look. And I also heard about a certain somebody getting bogged down in the,
Look.
our executive. Yeah. A certain executive producer.
That was fun.
I found all the fluff.
Yeah, there's the fluff.
How about
Apparently,
this? The mud's about 3.5 feet deep.
How do you know?
I'm about 5 feet.
apparently, he made the comment. What did you tell me that he said if you ran fast
He
enough?
told Joe, if I run fast enough,
I can
I
make
won't
it.
sing.
It's fine.
There's
Casey.
this thing called gravity that's still in play
That's
most of the time.
debatable.
And apparently Casey discovered it as he hit a certain spot down
Yeah,
there.
his elbow's in mud.
Let me ask
Oh,
you, Casey,
Lord.
did you get the shoes?
Yes, the shoes came home.
But he had to go dig them out.
No,
You know what? In case you should have left them there, they'd forever be
it would have been
ingrained.
great.
That's true.
It should have.
It's just like you're there permanently.
And
could
10,000
say-
years from now, when they do the archaeological dig, they say, wait a minute, here we go.
There
Okay,
was
so
a
here,
body under
this
there.
guy didn't run
I'm not
fast
going to play
enough.
the audio, but I can pretty much tell you what he's talking
Yeah.
about because I've been in this building way too long.
Well,
Yeah.
this is Coach Rogers.
That is Coach
That's
Rogers
Coach Rogers.
talking about.
So he is standing in front of, you see the opening, that is the lobby. There will be like a couple of TVs and you'll be able to get tickets there. The band room is directly behind him.
You also will check in there if you're trying to
Yeah.
get into the building. Over there to the left side of the video frame there will be double doors.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to sign in at the front office there and be able to get into the building. And this area is going to have some display cases for trophies and so forth. I think that's where we're going to house some of the memorabilia that has been donated to
Supposed
us.
to be a couple TVs there that'll show some of the Hall of Fame stuff, like an intro to it. This entire wall is nothing but TVs.
Yeah, this whole wall here, all the way down, will have monitors that will have the Hall of Fame inductees shown on it.
So these are all the admin offices for the Plantis and a couple of the other people that work with our football. Gymnastics.
Gymnastics. Look at the size of this room.
It's a 30-foot roof.
Huge.
And it will stay open ceiling.
Yep. And that's good.
And there's something special toward the end of this.
Do
Yeah.
that again.
Yeah, there's a nice surprise. I did not sink
I
in this
thought
hole.
it was a swimming pool.
Now, if you had sunk in this hole,
That's a long way
This
down.
is unprecedented in
Yeah.
a high school setting.
Yep, high schools don't have this.
By the way, I want to point out, Elaine Massey has said that Casey can't run. So
Look, if I'm running, y'all better run too. Just
yeah,
saying.
you're right. You're right.
Hey, all I got to
So,
do is just be
This is
This whole
And if there's mud, you got a chance.
this is the pit.
yeah, this is a foam. It'll be a foam pit.
Yep.
I'm
for
gonna
gymnastics.
learn how to do a flip.
Well, I'm gonna flat tell you what. I'm
If-
coming to
I
watch
plan
it.
about
on
to say.
sinking in it.
I am coming to watch it when it happens.
Yeah, I plan on sinking in this one.
But this will
Except for we
be
go down.
I believe you.
this will be state of the art
Yeah.
as far as the gymnastics team, and they really have not had a
They've been
place
at
to
the
be.
Y. They've been at they are do gymnastics at the Y.
Yep.
They use their spaces because they have nowhere here
And have from day one.
from day one.
Yep. So we're going back out into the hallway here.
This should be the Hall of Fame. So you'll have roughly 12 to 16 TVs along the wall showing different the different Hall of Fame members and or whatever we want to talk about with the school basketball coaches office
Yep.
and their
the-
locker rooms.
And the basketball teams will
For
have their
varsity.
locker rooms,
Yep.
and that is the entrance to the gym right there. You see through those double doors in the shot. We'll go back and see it in a minute. But
And that should look familiar because that was the existing doors that was from the student parking lot.
right.
Yep.
So you can walk right out of the locker rooms there if you're the basketball team and you are in the gym.
Yeah. They'll turn to the right, go down the stairs, and
Yep.
they're there.
And
Full showers, full locker room,
Yep.
Lockers all the way around.
and enough space for boys and girls and the JV teams.
Yeah.
And you know, in the past we've had trouble with where to put our visiting teams.
Correct.
Yep.
And the
So
visitor
this
teams
will
will
be-
go in the current one.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think he's about to head. Now you see the side doors. There you go.
Yeah,
That's,
There's your
that's,
side doors. There'll be even more displays showing information about the school up there.
yeah, that gets you into the side of the gym. And I think he's headed to the band room here.
Here's a fun fact they ought to know. They have pulled over 30,000 feet of data cable in this building for all of our computers and necessary things. There's 500 network drops in the building.
Is
Wow.
Focus doing that?
Yeah, they are. Michael Thrift is. Him and his
Big
crew
Yellow
do
Jacket
a fan,
support.
Big time.
big time. Fantastic. They're doing the sound systems in the building.
Awesome.
So all these rooms have very large sound systems so that this is the band room.
Look at this thing.
This is band room number 1.
That is incredible.
And it will stay open ceiling.
And now somebody had said that this
So-
thing will have isolation rooms for.
Yep.
Yeah,
So right
you'll
behind
see
them,
'em.
those are your
Okay.
band isolation aux rooms where they can go and rehearse.
Yep. Nice.
Storage for the uniforms are in here. Anything they use for Friday night and or instruments.
And this is overdue.
So this,
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, very much so. This room is another teaching / practice room here.
For ensembles and small
yeah.
groups.
Small group rehearsal, so like individual. And then you come into the second band room. They have 2.
Yep.
So that they can, especially when they have a blue and gold game.
Game.
Band for concerts, so they can use the space at the same time.
And they will have their own practice
Practice field.
field.
Artificial turf.
Artificial practice
Yep.
turf field right here that they can step right out to. Now, Coach Rogers, in his description of the room that we were just in,
Yeah.
said that that big second room, he kind of said that was like the Dazzler area.
That's what it was intended. So Dallas could practice in there while the band's practicing.
Right, that's
in the
right.
other room.
That's right. And so they can actually do
Vice
their
versa.
routines
Inside.
and have plenty of room to
Now, we ain't
practice.
even seen our OTC, have
Nope.
No, hadn't got there
So
yet.
they both have roughly 30-foot-ish roofs. And it
Pretty
all
sweet.
have sound deadening in it, perfect acoustics, so as close as you could get for a square room.
Yeah.
Well,
Large sound systems so the band can actually hear what they're playing. They can record what they're playing, so the kids can hear and see
Wow.
what they need to adjust.
that's the band room.
That's still
Yeah,
the
that's
band.
still-
He's
the
walking
band
out
room.
of it.
Okay.
He'll go back down the same hallway, and then he'll come up to this is the cafeteria. I remember what he's coming up to.
Yeah, I think so.
Is the multi-purpose room that could be split in half. So if they wanted to do offense, defense, lunches, other events, they may start hosting some of the banquets in here because it's a perfect size. It's small, depending on the banquet. You can't do football, but you could do some of the smaller
I don't
sports.
think that's what this room
No,
is.
this is still this.
This might be ROCC.
This is junior RTC.
Yeah, that is.
Yep. So this is junior RTC. So they have 3 classrooms, 3 classrooms, and then a big competition space. And then outside that door is their competition field.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's going to be grass, but they're sharing it with the band. Like they'll both use the same space.
And I'm gonna flat tell you what, they have made some progress on this thing here in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, there's
it's crazy.
There's
Finally
paint
got some
on the
good
walls.
weather.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Yes.
finally got some
Yeah,
dry
that
weather.
helps.
Yep.
Well, the snow didn't
This-
help. When it fell at one time, it messed everything up. So
Yeah, this right here may be our lunchroom.
this is the
Dining area.
No, this is your training room.
That's
Okay,
right.
Yeah.
So that's
okay.
the training room. So they'll have 2 big those hot tubs. I think are going in there.
Whirlpool
I say
type
they're
things.
hot tubs, but they're like ice
Therapy
bath.
tubs, so they
Therapy
can go
tubs.
all the way up to hot tub temperature and
Yeah.
as low as
They're
33 degrees.
giant. They're giant hot
They're
tubs.
huge.
For people
8
tonight.
people in each one.
Yep.
And Obadiah,
How they're getting it in here, I don't know. This is your split cafeteria meeting
Yeah.
room. 2 large projector screens in here. Your kitchen. They have their own kitchen, so if they wanted to cook in here, they could. They would cook in the main and then bring it over, put it on warmers.
Yep.
You're seeing pretty much the main room. That's the weight room right there. So they'll go straight from nutrition out to the weight room.
I think the
depending on
next
what they
thing
wanna
he
do.
shows though is the kitchen
Yeah,
area
he'll
where
show-
all the
yeah, that's-
appliances are going to be.
That'd be a very nice kitchen.
Obadiah is asking if the fans will be able to come watch practices like they normally do along the fence huggers is what I call them.
So-
Absolutely, yes.
Depending on where, you may have to look through the double doors because there will really not be any sideline.
Well, and they're going to have to
building.
figure things out. We talked about
It's gonna
this.
take some time to
Yeah,
figure
things
out
like
what you're
Midnight
doing.
Madness and trying to figure out where folks would go
They're
for
going to have
something
to
like
do it
that.
outside. I mean, there's no way you're inside
Yeah.
because there's no sidelines.
They'll still use the regular practice
They
field.
should be. They'll either use the grass one or probably won't even use the turf one just because there's not enough space.
Yeah, so that is the area
Serving
where
line.
the appliances and all would be
Yep.
for
So
the
that'd
dining
be the
area.
serving line where they feed. The back walls, all your appliances,
Yep.
countertops, with our fantastic nutrition people.
Yep, and they do a fantastic job. My
They do.
gosh.
They got to feed these kids 3 times a day.
Yep. We got Mikeal Lovejoy calling in just a little bit. I don't know how much time there's
So
left on this thing.
This
but
is the weight room.
Yep.
It is
unbelievable.
massive.
If you see the artist renderings of this particular room, it is collegiate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it
So
is collegiate.
What's cool is the new baseball facility, the floor that they're putting in here, they just put down in the baseball facility. It's going to look exactly the same.
Cool. Okay.
Giant TC logos where each rack will be.
That's cool.
The all rubber floor, TVs around the whole room so that they can see their schedule, what they're planning on doing, stuff like that.
And my former college roommate, Rich Frederico, who has outfitted Clemson and University of South Florida and other ones, his company is taking care of constructing, custom making the weight machines and all the things
Yeah.
that'll be in this workout room.
They're trying to maximize the
Yeah.
space. So, they're adjusting some sizing on some stuff.
So
to
you
make it
come
fit.
right out of the workout room right onto the floor of the indoor practice facility.
Looks like the Georgia Dome.
Yeah, I keep looking to see
I'm
if I
gonna
see
pause her
Casey
out
stuck
there.
over there.
Imagine how big this place is. You just went through a double door, and you're looking up at this.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, you don't have a size perspective until you go through just a single man door and look up.
It's massive. It is
The
massive.
If you
roof
get
is
to
high
our
enough for-
football stadium,
Yep.
Yeah,
it's our football stadium field-wise.
yeah. Field wise, it's the full size, and the roof is high enough to do punts and some
Yep.
stuff like that.
It's a
Full
big room,
kickoffs.
man.
I mean, if they wanted to.
Well, and two,
And I'll show you something he hasn't talked about. Right there where those two doors are, there's going to be a 98-inch TV for them to do pre-workout meetings where Roger does motivational speeches. They kind of go over the day, what their plan is, so the whole team can see it because
What-
they all meet.
what he
right?
was just showing is there is a practice field back behind
Yes.
Yeah,
there.
it's all turf.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
all the holes
Yep.
are garage doors straight into the weight room from the field.
Yep.
So they can go back and forth if they wanted to, take rotations. And then he's supposed to take us into the locker room, which is massive too. I mean, even without lockers, it's huge.
And you even got a ninth grade facility
Yeah.
Yep.
And they'll have the old locker rooms for I think they're putting
for PE and all. And the old
Yeah, the old wing,
yep,
and then
will be all PE now. And
yeah, this
So
is
I think they'll have that weight room stage there too.
yeah. Well, you got baseball has their own weight room.
Yep.
Now
So-
you got general population and this building.
what he's saying here is there will be a window there where the equipment can be
Yep.
handed through to the players, and everything will be in cubby holes.
Yeah.
So the storage will be condensed, and
And these cubbies are specifically designed for
Football.
football, so that they have plexi
Mm-hmm.
windows on them. All the uniforms will be labeled. I mean, it's super ornate and very organized.
Each locker will have a place where they can put their shoulder pads
Yep.
to dry.
Yeah.
And it's pretty neat now.
Washer dryer so they can wash uniforms.
Yep. There's your housekeeping.
well,
plan.
and I was told too that like with the locker rooms for the basketball, they have extra ventilation on them to be able to keep air
Air
flowing
circulation.
through.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous,
it's
but
awesome.
but it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. The planning on this has been so in depth
Yeah.
and so deliberate. It pretty much. Now there's been changes made as we've gone along,
There's
Yeah.
a ton of changes.
but that's good though.
And any project that you have, you're going to have
and
changes.
this is one of the things they gotta do it while they want to because the walls are filled.
Right.
Well, you start talking about okay, the practical application of this, and somebody goes, "Well, what about so and so?" And then you go, "Aha, very good
Yep.
point." And then you go in and you make the
Well, it's
adjustment accordingly.
just like the night that
And they all have their own
debuted
bathrooms.
at the
for
Booster Club
showers.
meeting.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, we got this thing all drawn out," and somebody said, "Well, where's the bathrooms?" And the guy said, "We ain't thought about having
There
bathrooms
has been tons of
for the
revisions.
public.
Yep,
you
yep,
know, when they're
yep,
there."
yep.
So
Yep. But
Um,
that's part of the process, and I am appreciative of the fact that the folks that are helping to put this together were open to that type of thing.
absolutely.
So if you need a size perspective, the white PVC pipes you're seeing are about 12 inches. Like the actual middle of the PVC is 12 inches.
What are we looking at here, Casey? Is that a
Another
a room?
locker room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
this
locker.
is your big locker room
Yeah,
for
this
your
is the big one. This
10 to 12.
yeah. So
With their look at the showers behind
yeah,
them, man. It's
showers for both sides. Their own
Looks
own
like a car
bathrooms.
wash.
Yeah, well, for some of those guys, it
Yeah.
pretty much
It
is.
probably is. But yeah, massive bathrooms.
Have the
So-
brushes flying across
Because a
them.
lot of these kids take shower before because they do morning practice. They'll take a shower before they go to school.
Yep.
Some of them shower before they go home because your parents don't like the way they smell sometimes. that I know.
Yeah, boys are working hard though.
You
Well-
can go straight out here, straight onto the field.
yep.
I will say also that the last I heard, and Casey, you can correct me here, is that they're hoping to have the working part of this operational August-ish.
That is the plan. They're planning to have the whole building done, hopefully towards the middle of September. And it all depends on how fast they can get that mud to dry, as I know.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Because when it snowed and they didn't have the roof on, it all fell. And you had
Yeah.
6-8 inches,
Yeah.
and it's clay, so
Yep.
it's keeping all the water in. So
Yep.
they're-
Now,
you see it all pushed
How well
up.
he knows.
now
Hey,
he's fixing to
they've
go
been-
straight on upstairs.
So
Yes.
upstairs, this is the coach's area. So Roger's office, offensive, defense. So storage closets, paper closet, network closet, some other
Yep.
stuff. He'll turn and start talking about. You have the defensive locker room. They'll have 4 to 6 computers in there with screens so kids can watch their footage.
Yep.
Coaches can make game plans. Big screens so that they can review if they want. Up there, another review space. This is the defensive here. Balcony straight onto the floor.
Fracted.
The only thing you see is that steel I-beam in the middle of the window. That red beam.
Yeah.
So they'll have, lined up. They'll have chairs in there, some meeting tables.
Yep.
So that they can change the room around if they need to. Very large.
I mean, honestly.
Mikeal Lovejoy is calling.
Okay, we'll get him on
We'll
there.
come back to it.
That'll work. So hold that thought. Mikeal Lovejoy. Coach
Mikeal
Lovejoy.
you hear me?
Hey, yes, sir. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you all?
Good, man. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, man, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
If you was any better, you'd have to be identical twins, right?
Yeah, man, I'd have to be Randy Young.
No, you don't want that. Trust me on this one. You don't want that. Hey, now I'm going to get your thoughts on football here in a little bit, but man, I want to brag on this track team, Mikeal.
Yes,
What a performance, and winning the region championship as we see Zakaria Hightower's photograph up on the screen. Tell us about it and just what a job these kids did.
I mean, they've done a tremendous job, and I have to give credit to the coaches. The coaching staff has done a great job. Of course, being coached by her dad, Chester Hightower, and all of the staff, Coach Cooksey, O'Neill, and Coach Thompson, Ernst. They've done a good job with the kids, and the kids have done a good job of doing what's asked of them to put in the work, and they've seen the results. And with the girls, they just had a level of consistency and continuity this year. So it all worked out well for them.
Leave that team picture up if you don't mind, Casey. So, Mikeal, let me read through this real quick because I don't want to leave anybody out.
Right.
The girls took home the region championship, dominated the competition, an impressive 156 points. Team led by multiple individual region champions. Zakaria Hightower, who we saw just a minute ago, claimed gold in the 100 and 400 meter. Hunter Smith earned double region champion titles in the shot put and discus. Elizabeth Parker secured the region title in pole vault. Kennedy Warren added another first place in the discus. Girls 4x100 team consisting of Kwamaya Yearby, Zakaria, Jada Pinkins, and Delisha Spencer crossed the line first to be crowned region champions. In addition to them, several athletes qualified for sectionals. As Zakaria in the 200 meter, Araya Hall, second high jump, fourth in 100 meter, 4x200 meter team. Ziara McCoy, third in pole vault. Delisha Spencer, third in 100 meter. And long jump, fourth in 200 meter. Abrea Lee, third in triple jump, 4x400 relay. Winter Sessions ended up fourth in 400 meter, 4x800 relay. And the boys had several strong performances, including Kamias Jackson, second in high jump, Wayne Thompson, third in 100 meter dash, Earl Brooks, third in triple jump, Owen May, third in 400 meter and 4x800 meter relay team of May Jackson, Johnny Broadshaw, Kayla Baggett. That's as impressive as I've ever heard, Mikeal. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, we've had a good group of kids, and so many more that were on the verge and were close. I mean, even on the last day when we ran in region, a couple of those finals were like at the wire for qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so they were they was very competitive.
That's awesome. So where do we go from here now? What's next?
We head to sectionals to Villa Rica.
Okay.
And we'll compete against regions 2, 5, 6, and what was the other? I can't remember the other right now. But we'll be up there this weekend, and we've been dealing with potential weather issues.
Yeah, I saw that.
We've been looking at that. So they've already modified the schedule. We're going to start an hour earlier, and they got a contingency plan for weather delays.
Right.
Which it was interesting. We had that last week in Albany at the region meet, and we wound up leaving there about 10:30 that Thursday evening, because we had a weather delay there. But our kids handled it well, and it was funny that this week, just yesterday, when it rained, we got some rain out at the track, and I told them, well, it may rain Saturday. And not knowing, but I told them at least we'll be prepared.
There you go. And we're not going to complain about the rain, because our farmers and everybody need it really badly.
No. We won't complain.
Hey, we're being asked by Obadiah Farley online, Coach, when was the last time we won the region championship?
Oh, man, it was 21 years since we won the region championship.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yes. Now, we've been close. I know think it was 21. We finished second. Boys and girls both finished runner-up when Coach Ward was coaching, and I think that was again that year. I think we took about 20 plus kids to the state championship that year.
Mm-hmm.
So we were, and it was a close race. And I think we've had some third place finishes in the region, but yeah, this was the first one in 21 years. So
That's impressive.
Wow.
Congratulations.
awesome.
That's good coaching,
Yeah.
man. That's what that is. That's just good coaching.
well, when you have good kids, again, the kids, just buy in and do the work. It pays off.
Well, I was going to, and actually, I'm kind of being sarcastic because you and I both know that the performance of the kids is what makes the coaches look good. Now, you can coach a lot of things. Speed isn't one of them. Strength isn't one of them. I mean, they have to do it themselves and shoulder that load, no question.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me
Yes,
ask you
sir.
real quick, football-wise, what's your impressions of what you've seen? I mean, of course, the body of work right now is limited, but man, alive, the numbers and everything, Mikeal, we've never. I don't know of anybody that's ever had anything like this, number-wise.
No, the
crazy.
numbers are phenomenal. The numbers are phenomenal, and that's been a big issue, and the last few years or prior, to Coach Rogers coming, was getting numbers, and getting the kids, and we certainly have them now. So, and that's a blessing to have all the kids that have such an interest to come out and want to be a part of what we have going on.
Well, and there's no question about it. Winning sells itself. You know, and
always does.
Yep. And I don't want to jinx you or anything, but I kind of expect the same thing to happen with the track thing.
Yes.
You probably got folks tapping you on the shoulder going, Coach, let me talk to you about track real quick that you never would have had otherwise.
Yeah, and it's been great to see that, since it's a funny thing. I remember telling Dr. Duplantis a few years ago, I told him, and I think I may have been like a year off. I said within 3 years we'll have a region championship, because once we establish the culture and kids understand, what it takes. Again, just like in football, and I think that level of consistency too helps, across the board, not just with track.
Yeah.
Because once they understand what it takes, and you can build a culture, those things start to happen. They start to manifest themselves. So they understand the culture that we have there at track and the standard. Tykeem Wallace and Devin Ross were there today. Mm-hmm. And they asked the kids, hey, do Coach Lovejoy tell y'all that when he makes a schedule, he starts from the end of the season and works his way back? Because they used to hear me say that. I really do. When I make the schedule out, I start from the state championship and schedule every practice from there all the way until the beginning, because we just expect to be there every year. And God has blessed me since I've been coaching. And I know at some point the streak will end, but I think since about 2012, 2013, I have not missed a state championship meet, being able to take some kids to state championship meet. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, and now when is state?
It'll be the following weekend, and back in Rome at Barron Stadium.
Man, we can't get away from that place.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, be back in Rome.
Yeah, we'll walk. You guys will walk in there, and half of them's going to go, wait a minute, hold on a second. Who let them in here?
Yeah, right. They get tired of us coming, but hey, we always glad.
Yeah.
They know the Yellow Jackets are going to be there, and that's, again, it speaks to the total program that we have, at the school, across the board.
Well, let me say this about the Rome folks. Let me say this about the Rome folks. There is a deep respect both ways, because we have seen about as good as it gets from them, and they've seen it from us, and their reaction to us and everything. Again, very, very respectful. So I'm kind of being facetious. But anyway, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, Mikeal, we're not going to keep you. I know you've had a long day as well, so you can go enjoy the rest of your evening. And this is the last Swarmcast for the year, but we are going to be doing a live stream in 2 weeks for the spring football game, and we'll get all the results from everything and share them with everybody whenever we do that.
Yes, sir. We'll be glad to do it, and I'm glad, again, you all invited us and allowed us to be a part of it. So
Man,
Thank
please.
you, and I want to say thank you to Yellow Jacket Nation, to everybody that supported this season, because again, without everybody's support, it wouldn't be possible. You have some people in this community that love their kids,
Yep.
and they support them, and that means a lot.
We are blessed, Mikeal, to still be in a community where family matters. And it's still a centerpiece of what this community is. And I know that there's situations where that's not the case. But you don't have to go very far from Thomas County to see communities where that's not the case. And
Right.
It makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Anyway.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I'm gonna say this, Brandon. I'm done. That speaking of that support, hey, now we just started this campaign.
Yep.
So we look for everybody to show that love and show that support. When you get that text message, or when you see it on social media, hey, scoreboard app, support these Yellow Jackets.
My phone was
and make
ringing
these
off the hook earlier. I thought it was an
Yeah.
Amber Alert. I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, I've just
Yeah,
got
mine
some
too.
moms in here.
Yeah, it's in full effect. We've launched it. It's out. So we looking forward to everybody's support.
Awesome. Man, hey, Mikeal, love you, man. Appreciate you. And we'll check in with you. Y'all have good luck up there.
All right, love you too, guys, and thank y'all.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
That's about as blue and gold as it gets right there.
Oh, yeah.
One more time, I want to thank Dairy Queen for the blizzard of the week. Yours is empty. I'm going slow on mine.
It's something about a fluffernutter.
That needs to be a T-shirt.
It needs to be a country song.
Holy moly. Okay, you want to go back to the video real quick and we can wrap this up?
All right, so what you're seeing now, I fast forwarded. All the coaches' room are the same. There's two
Right.
more. Here's the field from the coaches' balcony. So,
Emphasis on field, because that's what it looks like right now.
Yeah. They've been running bulldozers across this for the last 2-3 weeks, trying to turn it over, dry
That's
it
cool.
out.
We've been running executive producers across it too.
Hey,
by the way,
look,
as you say it.
look.
But this will give the coaches an opportunity not only to overview what's going on, but as he's talking about multiple camera
Yeah,
positions.
they'll be filmed. They run drones as it is. They'll run drones in here. Some cameras on top. We're talking about putting in probably a huddle camera in there so they can use that as footage.
And you may see things like ninth grade games, JV games,
Maybe.
possibly depending on weather issues.
A lot of those will probably end up on the current practice field. Is the JV team's field right now.
Yeah, they've got a new
They just
scoreboard
put in a
up there.
scoreboard for that. So that is the plan. I've talked to Rogers about it.
Well, it just
but-
gives you so much flexibility.
So
That's the
more.
bottom
You
line.
can play inside, outside. The outside rear field will have speakers so they can do announcing and or play music, coaching. So including the band room side, that's one thing that just got added. So they can actually should be added. We've talked about it. It's been going back and forth. So you can do games out there announcing. But yeah, it's just
It's
big,
remarkable.
big field.
That's
Well,
cool.
and I want to say real quick too that it's important for our folks to understand it is a multi-purpose building. It is an indoor practice facility, but this is a much needed and overdue pressure release valve for the interior of the main high school.
Yep.
The main high school, as folks still call it, the new high school.
Yeah,
The new high school that was built 34 years ago.
we're hanging out in the old high school.
Yeah, we're in the old high school. But it was designed for about 1,100 kids. There's 1,600 students, or a little more than 1,600, in those hallways, and you're talking elbow to elbow.
And then you added a whole nother hallway. You've added another building that's holding even more. So I mean, we're close to, I think it's 1,200 to 1,300 in there to 1,500 kids in that right now.
In the main building.
And in the main building without this new building,
Yep.
between the main building, Prep Academy, and the E Hall, which is the Ox.
Well, the
building
total
with the
enrollment's a
band
little
room.
over 1,600.
Yeah,
now.
so-
A little over 1,600. But this will take several hundred of those kids and move them out of that space.
Yeah.
And that is way overdue.
And this will give them some flexibility with classes. They can have more weightlifting classes because they have their own weight room.
Well, the health
football's
classes are
not
going to be over
taking-
there now. We
Health
haven't even
is-
mentioned that.
Health is moving over there. We
Yep.
we bypassed those videos, or we talked about it. Bypass. There's 2 health rooms on the back end, right past Junior RTC. That's right off the school that they can get into. And then you have the big field. So it will. You will have a lot more space, a lot more classroom space to work. You taking 300 band
right.
students and moving them out of the other building in this one.
And
That's-
183.
I was about to say,
football
apparently
players. I mean,
200 football players, too.
Yeah.
Good
I
gracious!
mean,
So
give
you're
that
talking
space.
400 or 500 kids out of that main building.
Yeah.
So now
At one time.
right? With the space inside the hallways and in those classrooms will be for the numbers it was designed for.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
extremely
when we went
important.
into our security that we're really heavy into now, when we put fences around the school, they're not allowed to go outside in the front of the school anymore,
Mm-hmm.
or the end of B hall on the bus line because where the fence is, just for security purposes.
Mm-hmm.
That used to help relieve
Yeah.
some of it, but now that we've cracked down on some security with everything going on, you don't get that little extra,
Right.
reprieve.
So anyway, very, very important.
And make it easier for people to buy tickets and
Yep.
all
Right.
that. You don't have to actually go past
That's
the main
a
glass
large
door.
part too, because you didn't never know what people were there for, whether they were just buying tickets, buying
They had to
something
go
from
to the
the
front office before they ever
Yeah.
went to the ticket booth because of where our security doors
Right.
are.
And those poor ladies in that front office, they were running,
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to keep up with everything that was going on. And this will help split that. Anyway,
Yeah.
this is overdue on a lot of levels, but what it is going to be is a showplace
Yeah.
for Thomas County Central High School, bottom line. And when you walk through there with the designs for what we're calling the branding of
Yeah.
that building with logos and, again, the Hall of Fame and the memorabilia and the trophies, I mean, you're going to walk out of there with blue and gold all over
Yeah.
you. And anyway, it's going to be very, very impressive. And we should all be very, very proud of it. And I'm just appreciative of the process, as I mentioned, of how we have developed this thing so deliberately to fit those needs. Very, very important. I want to point out here, because we're after 8 o'clock, that we will be live streaming the spring game. And we want to make sure everybody understands that. There is a better than good chance, I don't have confirmation of this yet, but we'll get it on social media as soon as we do, that it will be on WTUF on the radio. So those of you that normally listen on Friday nights, you'll be able to listen if you want to. It will be available on Huddle, just like
we do normal football games. $5.
$5.
Just to it goes to the football team. So
Yep.
$5.
Yep. So
But
for
come
you,
to the stadium,
Yep.
pack it out for our team.
Yeah.
well, that's what I was going to say, and I don't
Right.
have any question that there's going to be a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
crowd there with all the excitement and all the buzz. No pun intended.
Get
About this
there early.
particular
There
team.
is no reserve seating.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tickets are $8.
Are they?
I need to go back and check my email.
Okay. Now, I had not
But-
heard that.
Here, I can confirm that.
Okay. Curtis Brooks Sr., the man, the myth, the legend, checking in with us. But yes, it will be live streamed. So if you are used to being able to sit at home and pull it up on your big screen or watch it on your phone or your tablet or whatever you do, you will be able to do that for this particular game. We'll be setting the huddle stuff up and sending the link out to everybody in the next couple of days. And you can sign up and go ahead and get that lined up if you want to. But again, if you are used to listening on the radio, because of the importance of this particular game, and again, all of the talk about Thomas County Central right now, the radio station and Dustin Dowdy and those guys down there, I think they're going to be.
The cost
live
is
streaming.
$8 at the gate.
Okay.
No reserve seating, so get there early, get you a seat.
There we go. So there's your information, but it will be live streamed.
There'll be
And
concessions and everything,
Yep.
just
Yeah.
like it'll be a normal Friday night football.
And like Coach said, you're playing the story program at Creekside. They're going to bring a lot of talent, and they have already set a precedence too that they fully expect to come down here and play well. And it's just one of those things that you look forward to it. Spring is different because of the situation that you're in, but nevertheless, it's still it will be a good matchup to see through the
we at?
tunnel where we'll be at. Hopefully,
That's
in the
right.
fall. Yeah.
That's right.
Brian, you want to talk about the golf tournament there? You see it from Ashley Sowell?
He's
I
one.
got-
He's the one to talk about it
Yeah,
because
I
he
got-
knows.
Yeah,
more
hop
about
on it.
That's our biggest fundraiser for our booster club, and our booster club does a tremendous amount to help all of our sports with meals on the road and jackets.
Letterman jackets.
They're Letterman jackets. From what I understand, we're one of very few that still provide free of charge a Letterman jacket
For the kids that have
to
earned
our
it.
kids
Yes.
that's earned it. So a lot of them, parents have to write that check. We don't. This is a huge fundraiser for our boosters, and it's also a really fun day, whether you can play golf or not.
Right.
It's just a really cool, fun day to go out there and have some fun.
Saturday, May the 10th at
Yep.
Country Oaks. And Ashley is saying if you want to play in the tournament, just reach out to Donnie Powell.
Yep.
Bill Carson, Randy Sowell, and or really anybody in the Booster Club, and they can get you to the right folks.
Absolutely.
If you want to, you can email me at ryoungtcjackets.net, and I'll get you in touch with whomever you need to.
Yep.
I know they're looking for whole sponsors and all that stuff.
Whole sponsors. You'll have people donating prizes for closest to the pin. They may have all that already fixed up because they do some pretty neat prizes for. I think there's a hole-in-one on a couple of the par threes. I think that's got some pretty cool prizes. So. Get out there and give you a chance and try to get you a hole-in-one and win you something.
Chase that little white ball around.
There'll be a meal provided after, you know. So it's always a good meal.
Now, Preston Adams, by the way, you recognize that name? Former football player from some time back?
Man.
Yeah, he's pretty doggone good, saying he wished he could come home and watch it. Well, Preston, you will be able to watch it. Now, you may not be home, but you'll be able to watch it online.
Absolutely.
So we'll get all that information to you guys as soon as we have it to be able to share it. I want to tell everybody again, thank you so much for this year with the Swarmcast. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks to Casey Massey. Now,
absolutely, Casey.
And I know we joke about Casey being the executive producer and all that stuff.
Oh, that's not a joke, but him trying to run through mud is a joke.
Well, the executive producer running through the mud, that's true. But he does such a fantastic job in making sure, I mean, literally, as we were signing on tonight, he was trying to get the microphone inputs all lined up.
Yep.
All this stuff went out to Road Show weekend, so stuff is not hooked up right.
Coming off one of our biggest weekend, the biggest weekend in our hometown.
Yep.
And it was amazing.
Came off really well.
Parade was really good.
Yep. Turned out really, really nice.
It did.
The whole thing. But Casey, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
And,
Absolutely, Casey.
Yes.
of course, he'll be right in the middle of setting everything up for that live stream of the football game as well.
We're excited about that, too. We have some new equipment and stuff to debut, and I'm excited to see how that's going to take place.
Now, we're missing Bryce Young here tonight. Bryce has been a big part of what we've done this year, but we appreciate him being here. But, guys, again, it's just been fantastic.
It has. It's
Time
been
flies.
awesome. And it's been awesome having Greg and
Dairy
Queen on board. They've been wonderful to us this year. We've been able to sample so many different cool treats.
Well, one of the things Bryce wanted to do was the March Madness Jamie Majors Blizzard Tournament.
Maybe we
The
could
Blizzard
do
of
that
Oz.
we could do that for during the football season. We can actually keep up, and then we can make a bracket right before
We could do
playoffs.
that. We could do that. Now, I will tell everybody once we get back into the fall and the football season, we'll be doing these every week.
Mm-hmm.
And that way we can check in with Coach Rogers every week and kind of keep up to date with all the things that are happening. But, of course, after this week, we will not be doing another one of these. So just thanks to everybody at home that has watched, that has commented, that's been a part. What are you doing?
It's just funny.
What happened? What happened?
We're on delay, so
I
turn my head and I see my head turn. It don't take much.
Simple
guys.
things.
It's just simple things in life.
That may be the first time those words have ever been used in a sentence. I turned my head and saw my head turn.
Yeah, you know what?
Just saying. That's the first time I've ever heard that used in a sentence. Oh, my gosh.
It's just the redneckishness.
Make sure they got hats for sale like the gentlemen's that are currently wearing them. Well, y'all's hats. Okay, now let's see. Now, where'd yours come from, Jamie?
Mine.
I remember.
Coach.
That was when Coach Holland gave us one.
Yeah,
I
Coach
remember
Holland
that one.
gave me this one.
Yeah, that came through the athletic department.
I want to say that Jamie at Paul Prince had these made for them.
Okay.
At that time,
He's got a bunch of hats, so go see him.
Yeah,
He
Jamie
is a
Paul
man.
Prince on Jackson Street.
I tell
and
you, he's got about as much stuff as I've ever seen.
Really?
Yellow Jacket apparel.
Yeah.
Now, did yours
And
come from downtown?
This is Heritage Creek Sporting Goods down there on Madison Street in the old Paulie's building.
Mad,
Or
baby.
the Paulie's building, the Paulie's shopping center right there next to it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Guys, I think we're going to get out of here.
All right.
It's only 8:10. We only did an hour and 10 minutes worth. What are we doing? Okay, so kind of keep an eye on social media for information regarding the spring football game and the live stream and how you can watch that at home.
Yep.
We'll be spreading the word about it. As soon as we get information from the radio station, which, again, it looks like that's going to happen, we'll be sharing that as well. Thanks to, you know that y'all is a couple, but all y'all is everybody.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the plural of y'all.
That's right.
We want to thank all y'all
Y'all.
for being a part of the Swarmcast this year.
Yep.
We would not be doing this without you. And it's just a wonderful time right now to be a Yellow Jacket, bottom line. And we are excited about not just the spring game, but this building and the season and the year and everything. I mean, it's just been a fantastic year.
And something just strikes me every time you do that. So I just want to let everybody know this ain't it.
Oh, no. No,
It just
no.
feels like we're done.
No. We're not
No,
finished, but this will be the last Swarmcast for this school
Before
year.
the graduation.
Yeah, for graduation.
Yeah. Now we
Except
won't
for the Swarmcast.
Yeah, we won't be doing another one after graduation.
No.
Right. We'll have a summer.
Yep. And then
Little
we'll come
break
back.
and then come back.
Probably the end of July, I would think, after we've had some practice.
It'll be
last
business
year,
time then.
Yeah, last year, I think we started.
The week after school started?
Yes, yeah.
Because that gave us through the chaos of the
Yes.
first week, which is a whole thing in itself.
So that'd be the first week of August.
Yeah.
Okay. So just kind of plan on in the back of your mind.
We'll put it
that
out there so everybody
Yep,
knows.
that
You'll
you
Man,
say-
see-
that's going to be awesome.
Yep, that first week of August, there'll be a lot of excitement.
Yep.
Guys, for Brian, for the big hurt over here, Jimmy Maters, and of course the executive producer, Mud Grip himself, four-wheel drive Casey,
Mud flap.
Mud Flap Massey. I like it.
Mud Flap Massey.
Lord.
Mud Flap Massey.
There's a shirt now.
It's an official nickname. I'm Randy Young, guys. Appreciate y'all, love y'all, and we will see you at the spring game 2 weeks from tomorrow. Until then, guys.
We need to tell Greg